On today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to ship out a plate set so that it doesn't get broken in the mail. If you don't know who I am, I'm Jason. I'm a full-time reseller, and I've got a lot of experience shipping out items like this, trying to package it up so that, of course, it arrives in one piece. And yesterday I sold this plate set, 8 total pieces, 4 saucers, 4 dinner plates. Got this really cool pattern on here, this lighthouse theme. Sold it on Poshmark for $49 plus shipping. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do this so that you can be confident when you're selling these items and shipping these items that they will arrive in the mail intact. Just be mindful, I've shipped out several packages like this with plates, bowls, mugs, saucers, an assortment of different items, and have been successful in getting the items there without them being damaged at all. So let's get to it. Starting off, I'm gonna use a couple of different types of bubble wrap. The company I get my bubble wrap from, American Bubble Boy, is linked down in the description of this video. I've been using this company for almost 4 years now, and every time I purchase from them, I receive my order within a day or two of my purchase. This company has been really fast, and they've been putting out really good quality bubble wrap for years. He's got different sizes, small, medium, and large, and I always order the small and the large. Those are the two that I have been using most frequently in my business. I'm gonna start off with the small bubble wrap. The nice thing about this is it's perforated every 12 inches, so you can just kind of take out what you need. Since I'm gonna start with these plates first, I'm gonna go ahead and get 3 different sections of bubble wrap. So this would be the equivalent of 3 feet since they're perforated every 12 inches. I'm basically gonna put the plate in the middle, and then I'm gonna just wrap it to where there are a couple of layers here on the top so that when I start to stack these, they have multiple layers. So I'm gonna set this one aside. And this usually goes really quick. I'm gonna stack it right on top of the first one. All right, so we've got our 4 plates that I've wrapped, and you can see the edges here. Obviously they're a little exposed, and I'm gonna take care of that in a second, but for right now, I've got at least 3 layers of bubble wrap in between each plate. Now I've got 4 of these saucers. They're obviously about half the size, so I'm gonna use 2 feet of the bubble wrap to wrap these. And here we've got our 4 plates and our 4 saucers. Now I want to just quickly interrupt and just say, besides the bubble wrap, I've got all my supplies linked below if you're looking for tape. I've got also some fragile stickers that you can order. They're all linked below so that if you're looking for something, you can click on the links. It'll take you to my Amazon store. And most of the items I've picked have Prime delivery, so they get to you fast. Free shipping if you're a Prime member. And of course, if you do order from me, I will get a small kickback, and I do appreciate that. So if you're looking for supplies, click the links below and it will take you right to that page. All right, so let's jump back into taping this guy up. So you can see here, I've got all of them stacked, and I've got the ends there kind of exposed. I wanna make sure that the bubble wrap doesn't move on these plates in the mail and transit, and possibly expose the rims, which could lead obviously to a chipped rim or a broken plate. Now hang with me because this isn't the last step. I've got a few more steps to go. You'll want to make sure that you're watching the whole video to make sure that you wrap this as best as possible. So I'm going to take one final piece of the small bubble wrap. This is about a 3-foot section, and I'm going to just put it in the middle to where when I wrap it up, the edges that are exposed actually get wrapped up as well. Obviously the goal here is separate all the plates with multiple layers of bubble wrap, and then of course you want to make sure that any exposed edges are also taken care of as well. And then I'm just going to obviously tape to make sure that this stays together. And I pull this pretty tight so that it doesn't come undone. Now I'm going to tape down, kind of cinch up the edges to make this nice and secure and snug. So then you see you've got a piece of tape here and a piece of tape here as well. And then of course the tape on the top that's keeping all this bubble wrap in place. So we've got our package, all plates separated by bubble wrap, all rims protected. That's very important. You heard me earlier mention large bubble wrap. This is where I'm going to take the large bubble wrap and add extra protection here. So So again, about a 3-foot section for this stack of plates. If you're using more items, you may need more bubble wrap. Just make sure it's going to completely surround the whole package. Now I'm going to go around the other way. Okay, so all sides are surrounded now with large bubble wrap. The next thing I like to do is very similar to a previous step. I go ahead and tape down all these edges to make sure that this isn't going to move again. And then I'm going to take the tape and go all the way around the perimeter of this, pulling in all these corners to even make it more snug. And there you go, you've got all the corners pulled in, you've got tape holding the top and bottom, going around. This thing is not going to come undone. Now I've got a significant amount of bubble wrap around all of these, and you may be wondering, like, is that too much? Did I use too much tape? I found that it's better to go ahead and package a little better than you would think, just to make sure that you don't have a buyer who receives a broken package. When I first started off shipping, I got a couple of items that arrived damaged, and it's kind of a frustrating process to deal with. There's a good chance that if you're using USPS, you're not gonna get money back for an item broken. It's just so hard to prove. So because of that, I started adding more bubble wrap and more layers to make sure that I don't have that issue. But obviously the most important reason, number one, is you don't want your buyer to receive something that they purchased from you in good faith and then receive damaged. That likely will not lead to repeat business from certain buyers. You may get negative feedback, and nobody wants that. So go that extra step and make sure this gets packaged well. Now, because the buyer purchased this on Poshmark, I'm gonna be using USPS to ship this out, and I've already got a box here. I'm gonna be putting this in for priority mail. And this next step is just as important as all the others. When you put your item into the box, you wanna make sure that it's snug. So I make sure to fill up all the amount of space in this that's empty with stuff, whether it's bubble wrap or padding or paper, whatever it is, make sure this gets covered. In the closet right behind this camera, I actually keep a big box full of random stuff that I get when I order packages. I keep all of the padding, I keep those air packs, I keep newspaper, all of it, so that I can recycle and use. I'm gonna go ahead and put a layer in the bottom to float that item up in the box. And then with this other random tissue paper and newspaper, I'm gonna go ahead and stuff in these sides all around. So now when I close this up, this guy isn't moving. The last step before I put on the shipping label is I always put on these fragile stickers. Usually I'll put 2 on the top, 1 on each corner, kind of a diagonal from one another, so that no matter how they're looking at the package, they can see it. And now we have this ready to go out, and I'll throw this on the porch for USPS to pick up. I do want to throw in one extra tip on the end of this video. I very rarely use USPS. So when I've got larger items, especially if they're breakable, it's usually cheaper and more economical to go with FedEx or UPS. It saves you money, and I believe they actually take care of their packages a little more than USPS does. I've shipped out all 3 different methods, and I've never once had a broken package from FedEx or UPS. I've had a few from USPS. And remember, I did say that I had a few at the beginning when I was learning how to package all this up. And since I've learned from those mistakes, I've started using this technique that I just showed you, and again, have not had a broken package yet. Now, if this box were to be thrown or dropped, I can't guarantee that items aren't gonna break, and I'm not saying that this is a 100% foolproof way, that an item is not going to break. But I do believe that those are just exceptions, and of course there's always going to be exceptions. So I'm confident to send this out today. I do want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you're looking for more tips like this one, then check out my page. I've got a lot of different videos geared towards helping you succeed with your online business. All right, well, that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great week, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye.